Ladies and gentlemen of Medium Difficulty Podcast Nation, we are coming to you live once again, bringing you yet another instant reaction podcast to the latest episode of Game of Thrones, Season 8, Episode 4. I guess, you guys all know us by now. Jimmy, Sean,
Hello.
and
What's up?
Bite of Stags. So let's get started. Jim, because I believe I started with Sean last week. Jim, what do you think of the episode?
Very good episode. A lot of thoughts running through my brain. First off, I want to apologize. You called it. I think it was Andrew. It may have been Sean too. Daenerys has gone batshit crazy. You guys called that, and I don't want to believe it, but it looks like it's true.
Yeah, she's shown, I think, to this point that no matter what, it's her throne or bust for her. And I agree with you. I don't like it, but I thought it was going to happen.
Yeah, I thought after the last episode, the previews they showed for this episode looked like maybe she was coming around. It looked like, there's like cheering and everything like that. She's raising her glass up. People are cheering. So I'm like, all right, maybe she's going to be cool this time. She's going to learn something from the battle. But nope, she's still dead set on that throne. And now that she's lost another dragon, she's gone off the rails.
And Melisande.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Sean.
Why'd they have to kill Rhaegal? That was hard to watch.
R.I.P.
No, but yeah, the episode was absolutely insane. You could see Daenerys absolutely going crazy now. You could see her starting to kind of twist, become the Mad King like her father.
Yeah.
Definitely poses for problems down the road. How many people now know about Jon's heritage? That's going to throw a...
Well, he said so 10 people total know right now. Because Lord Varys, Tyrion, and then Tyrion said 8 other people. So
Sansa just immediately I'll tell him.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah.
Well, I think she thought maybe he knew because he said to her, Jon told me before I'm not a Stark. So maybe she thought.
Yeah.
Even there's no way to be like, oh, hey, by the way, did Jon tell you? And then it's like, oh, if he didn't, then it's like, well, what did Jon say?
Yeah.
There's no really slide in with that. So.
Now, Sansa probably told, but there is a possibility that Tyrion already knew because he talked to Bran before, and he's like, tell me everything. So there's a possibility, she could have said nothing, and it's just, he's going off what he knows already. Maybe she said something that reminded him of it.
The last time, because they did it a couple times this episode, right when Bran was about to tell them the secret, and right when Sansa and Tyrion were talking, they cut out before they actually said something. Last season, they did the same thing, and it ended up being the twist with Littlefinger. That was everything they cut. What ended up being, okay, this is what happened during that. It was like this twist. So maybe there's something behind the scenes that they don't want you to see that's going on that's going to twist everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And how about Melisandre? Melisandre, is that her name?
Melisande.
Yeah, I would. With her saying Dracarys,
that's what I thought. Maybe the dragon was going to come at that point, but I was like, oh, maybe she'll get saved.
It was definitely just that's my queen. You know what I mean? Dracarys, and she just died.
But I thought maybe we were going to get lucky and.
Nah, that's not this episode, man. That is obviously going to be next episode.
She's definitely gone off the rails. But next episode we saw the previews for her, biding her time in her castle and thinking.
You see Tyrion slowly walking up on her. I was like, "Ooh, this doesn't have a good vibe to it."
But at the same time, maybe again, I'm still holding out hope. You know, she's not completely batshit crazy. Maybe it's her being like, okay, my actions have repercussions, like to hurt people.
But
So
even for
Honestly,
Daenerys,
I don't think so, though. Like,
I don't think it's 100% guarantee that Cersei loses.
yeah,
I
oh
think
yeah,
Cersei. There's a possibility Cersei wins this, and I know that's what they want you to think.
hmm
That she's gonna win, but it's really all about this. But really, like Jamie's on her side. Obviously, Jamie's going down there now to make sure she doesn't
yeah,
die.
Well, don't forget, there's somebody else on their way to see her too.
2 people.
And
Yeah.
yeah. So that's the thing is, I think
Well,
that's going to. I
the
think
Hound is going to see his brother.
Obviously, but they're both going to
Yeah.
King's Landing. They're both gonna
they're gonna.
they're gonna
They're
back
probably
each
there.
other up. They have the same mission almost. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you're not getting to Cersei unless you're going through the mountain. You know what I mean?
That's why I think Arya kills. I do think Arya kills Cersei.
I hope, or Arya dies, and then Jamie's like he can't believe it, and then he kills Cersei.
Nah, I think it has to be.
Yeah, I think Arya's going to kill Cersei right before Daenerys is like ready to strike.
It
And
might be that face thing.
yeah,
It might be because there might be a scene when they're in the castle and Jamie's in there and goes up to Cersei and she thinks it's actually Jamie and we all think it's actually Jamie, but it's really not, and it ends up being Arya.
it definitely could be. Now, the line with him leaving and telling Brienne like he's what was it? He's hateful too.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'm wondering if that is him being hateful to her. Like he's going to like finish her off after hearing everything.
Maybe.
Yeah, it could be.
That's what I kind of got that read a little bit, but I could be totally wrong. It could just be him falling back in love with her. So
Hey man, just any read on this show has never been, you know what I mean, a guarantee.
mhm.
By the way, I thought it was hysterical. Tyrion goes, now you got to climb for it too.
Yeah. He's like,
Oh, yeah.
you know how long I've waited to make tall people jokes?
Honestly, Tyrion's the best. Tyrion's one of the best, man. He always has those.
The beginning of the episode was great. I mean, like they said goodbye to everybody, but it was a lot of like fan service again, like a lot of like laughing and jokes and stuff like that. Dude, my man Tormund though, he got cock blocked by Jamie, man. Like,
Dude, that was so funny.
Dude, I actually, honestly, I felt terrible for him because, oh shit, you guys can't hear the phone.
what?
But now he's gone, so he's out of the show now. That at least that's the.
I don't think so.
Sam and Gilly pregnant. Sam has been getting it in with Gilly. Mad respect to the big guy. Put a little baby in her. Now she's gonna have a baby that's not her father's, so that's a good thing.
Yeah. Do you think like is Sam done now for the series?
I think he's.
I don't think any of them are done. I think it's going to be a Battle of the Bastards, Knights of the Vale kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it could be.
Maybe Tormund comes out of nowhere with like more wildlings. You know?
I think my bet is the last episode. I'm getting a vibe right now of the last episode is going to be like 5 years down the road or something like that. Like this could be like Daenerys, attack on the castle fails, and it is like a recuperation, and then eventually 5 years later, it's everybody storming and taking it or something.
It could be.
I don't know. I'm kind of getting that like time's going to pass vibe, and people are going to reunite or something like that.
Or just everyone dies.
Possibly.
I don't know.
Night King 2.
Yeah, R.I.P.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm torn on what I mean. I feel like next week's definitely gonna just be the whole battle, like kind of like what last week's episode was. I think that's just gonna be what it is next week, and then the last episode's probably gonna be like, all right, Daenerys or Jon, go from there, and who gets it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean, I think it's shaping up that Jon's gonna end up with it, which I wanted all along.
Yeah.
But he might not take it. I mean, but if Daenerys dies, then it's one of them things.
Yeah, we've seen a weird character arc on Daenerys though, because like I mean, the first 7 seasons of this, you're rooting for her, and just the last
Mhm.
season, it's like you've just seen the power take
Well,
over her, which I kind of feels a little cheap because it's like they built this character of like making right choices, and then now she's making the wrong ones.
well, she
Like,
hasn't always made the right choices though. She,
Yeah.
uh,
she's a product of
Samwell's
incest.
family,
Mhm.
and really anybody that didn't bend the knee, she's executed.
You are right.
But to your point with you're cheering for her this whole time, I think part of it is because her and John were separated, and most people are cheering for John and her. But now both of those paths are collided, and you're going to have to pick one or the other. There's no, for the most part, they're both not going to rule together. I think that's thrown out.
Mhm.
I wish they would, but
Yeah,
can't
but I just
happen.
don't think that's a
No, it's definitely not.
possibility. As much as I would like it to be, but
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know where like these next 2 episodes are gonna go. Like,
I think it's a good thing.
uh
I
no,
mean,
I
is it?
agree.
I'm just ready to have my guts ripped out, man.
Like I always thought, like, and I think we all can agree, like the Night King wasn't gonna win. Like we knew
Mhm.
that.
Yeah,
But honestly, I really don't know if Cersei's gonna lose. Like she could stay on the throne, and that could be the end of Game of Thrones. Like maybe she cuts a side deal with the North, and the North are part of or by themselves, and the Starks get their ending. And it could be something like that. And
well, I don't think that they wouldn't pay off what they showed. I think it was in season 4 or 5 with the flashback to Cersei as a kid finding that witch, and then the
Mhm.
witch telling her, I think she'll outlive her children, and her youngest sibling will kill her, or
Mhm.
something like that, or the
Oh,
youngest sibling
really?
will kill her. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think they wouldn't pay that off. They wouldn't show that if they weren't going to pay it off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's why she wants to kill Tyrion, because that was what the witch told her, is that the youngest one would kill her.
Which doesn't make any sense why she didn't kill him this episode. Like
Yeah, I mean
she
she
cut off
could
the
have.
girl's head. Like why not just shoot Tyrion instead?
Yeah, I
Like
mean
send the same message.
Tyrion would have been. I thought Tyrion was gonna die. I thought that's what she was gonna do.
Yeah. Well, yeah. When she like I'm not good with archery, but I guess like they had a point forward because when she did like
Yeah, what's
that,
up,
I
Joe?
thought that meant fire, like let loose.
But yeah, I mean, we're to a point now where these last 2 episodes can really go any way, and I mean, what are the last 2 episodes are longer too, right? Just not
Yeah,
as
but
long as the last.
they're the same as the Long Night.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Just a couple minutes off, I believe. Yeah.
Okay. So
I
we're
believe it's
getting longer
honestly,
episodes.
yeah, I think it's a difference of like 3 or 4 minutes
Okay.
between like the episodes.
All right. So I looked up right now because like I mean this pretty much is the truth. This is what the witch did say to Cersei.
Okay.
You will never wed the prince. You'll wed the king.
Which she did with
Yes.
Robert.
Robert.
Mhm. You'll be the queen for a time. Then comes another younger, more beautiful to cast you down and take all you hold dear.
Daenerys.
Mm-hmm.
Or John.
Or John. John is a beautiful man.
He is beautiful. Or Sansa, if you think about it.
True.
Mhm.
Or Arya.
Or are you?
Anyway, keep going.
Not
Yeah.
Melisandre though.
The king will have 20 children, and you will have 3. Gold will be their crowns, gold their shrouds. So that's because he Gendry, he had all
Yeah,
the
yeah.
bastards.
So Gendry, I think his story's basically done, because Arya was like, "Thanks, but no thanks, Lord," and which I saw coming, but never thought Arya was going to be a hit it and quit it type of girl.
Definitely. Are you done, Jim, or you still
Yeah,
got?
that's all, everything on here. I'm looking up if there's anything else, but that looks like that was it.
I could have swore that there was a.
That's what I thought. There's only like 3 lines they really took out of it. Let's see.
I could have swore there was like an excerpt saying that she was gonna die by someone's hand, like a sibling.
In the show.
Jack 1 says Euron dies next episode.
I hope. Fuck
Oh,
that
here we
guy.
go. Here we go. Here's another one. And when your tears have drowned you, the Valankor shall wrap his hands around your pale white throat and choke the life from you. In High Valyrian, the Valankor means little brother. So yeah, it's saying Tyrion will kill her. But it could
Okay.
also be Jaime.
Yeah, shit. That is. I think they're twins, right?
Yeah, and is he the young? I think he's the
I
younger.
think he's the younger one.
Mm-hmm.
And it can't be
Yes, Cersei was born
Gendry,
first.
correct?
Wait, read that again. Read that again. If you didn't put it away.
No, yeah. Cersei was born first. And when your tears have drowned you, the Valankor shall wrap his hands around your pale white throat and choke the life from you.
Okay.
So when the tears have drowned you, I mean, she's making an alliance right now with the Euron Greyjoy, and it's talking about drowning and stuff like that. So it could do something to do with that.
Maybe.
Yeah. It sounds like maybe she gets like stabbed, and she's crying over the baby, and that's when Jaime kills her or something, or
Maybe.
Tyrion.
I hope it's Tyrion. I'd love to see Tyrion choke the life out of her. That would be dope.
I don't know if Tyrion's got enough to do it, because like even then, like he still thinks there's a good side of her. He still thinks there's a loving side.
I don't know if anymore though.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think.
He just witnessed her chop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I mean,
her head off.
The same thing though. Jaime, I think he had the realization that he loved her and he's going back, or he had the realization that he has to finish her, like that is she is.
Now, do you think
I hope that's the case.
Die?
What was that?
Do you think all the Lannisters die?
Yeah.
No, I think Tyrion or Jaime's going to live, one of the two, because like even Bronn said he's going to kill one of the two. So,
see, I think they both die because I don't think Bronn's going to get Highgarden.
Ooh, what about like going back to your theory where Arya's going to wear Jaime's face and she could choke Cersei out then, wearing Jaime's face.
That could definitely be a case, yeah.
Though choking's not really Arya's style.
Yeah, she's more cut in the throat type of girl.
She's more
stabbing the gut.
Dead.
What a babe.
Going back to last episode.
Jack 1 also said Night King was always a Targaryen.
Yeah, I had a discussion with a couple people like over who the Night King was. My wife said it wasn't a Targaryen; it was one of the other people who were like offshoots of the Targaryens that still could were fireproof and stuff like that. And I cannot remember their name. And then because Mary from work was saying he was a Stark, but I'm not really sure on.
I think he might be a Stark, but Mary watches Game of Thrones.
Yeah, she does.
And also, who cares? The Night King is dead.
Yes, he is dead.
Night King is dead.
R.I.P. And all of his commanders, all of those guys, did absolutely nothing, man. They just stood there and watched their man get.
They sat on a horse.
Terrible commanders. They
took their horse to the Old Town Road.
Like that dude's hair moved. He was like, "Wait, what was that?" And he doesn't say anything. Like, "Hey, watch out!" Just
I'm gonna take my horse to the Old Town.
I just hope we get that payoff, man, with maybe Arya or.
It has to be a Stark that kills Cersei. We have to get Ned's life, or revenge on Ned's life.
We also got to get Clegane Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
We got to get Clegane Bowl.
Yes.
Clegane Bowl.
So one of them's technically dead. So.
Yeah. Yeah, which is weird that he's kind of still alive. I mean, I was thinking the same thing about Jon Snow because they used the Lord of Light to bring him back.
Yeah, well, this is like that weird experiment guy.
Yeah, it's a different type of magic, I guess.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if he used the same type of magic that the Night King was using or something.
I don't know. I don't think they ever really went into it, but
yeah, I mean, he definitely didn't have the blue glowing eyes or anything like that.
No.
And I was talking about that earlier with my wife, was just the different religions and stuff like that. And I was like, so like, what is like the purpose of like? I mean, I know the red woman's like dead now, but like, what's the point of her religion now? Like, what do they do? Like, there's nobody left to protect. You know, their whole religion was based around the White Walkers and stuff.
Yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to add to this episode?
I just want to say that going back to your, do you think all the Targaryens die? I think Daenerys is going to kill Tyrion.
You think she's going to kill Tyrion? Why?
Yep. Because she's going mad.
I think you meant the
obvious.
Lannisters, right?
Lannisters.
Okay. They said Targaryen, and that was another thing. I was like, I'm like, wait, did they say that Tyrion is a Targaryen? Because there's always rumor that he was.
Yeah, I don't think that's it.
Yeah, I don't.
It might not be. I don't know.
Can you imagine she tries to kill him with fire and he just walks out like a fucking badass?
You still kill him like one. All you gotta do is kick him.
Yo, chill. Don't disrespect my boy Tyrion like that.
But yeah, no, I think Daenerys kills him and Varys.
I don't know about all that.
All right.
I'm wondering
what
they're plotting too.
Sean's like, spoiler alert, HBO gave me the episode in advance. I already watched it.
I'm saying it now.
No, that's all I got.
Nope. So we'll move to some gaming.
Video games.
Has anybody played anything good this week?
I have. I'm going to start this off right now with a bang.
Go ahead.
I traded in Days Gone already. Okay. I am done with it.
I bought it digitally, so I can't do that.
Rip.
I wish I bought it from GameStop and did the trade-in thing there so I could get my money back. I mean, it's not that bad. I just could not get into it. Every time I played it, like, and I mean, I hate to say it, but it's one of those things like where like the bad reviews, like just they kept saying it's repetitiveness for that many hours just put me off because I was like, I don't have time to spend 45 hours on this, you know. And they said like you're doing the same missions over and over again.
My issue was I've played it more. I probably put about 6 to 8 hours into it.
Okay.
And I'm not like attached to the characters. Like the characters just didn't grab me and like, okay, like I care about this guy. I want to, you know, make sure this guy, you know, survives, whatever. Like playing Last of Us, right off the bat, I'm like, I'm into these characters. Yeah. Same thing with God of War always. Like Kratos was like, I was like, Kratos is the shit. Like I played this and it started like, so if you guys haven't played it yet, I know you guys, or Sean, did you play it?
No, I haven't. I didn't even give it a shot.
It starts off, you're in like the middle of the city and there's fire all around, helicopter like on the ground. And you see, and the main character's girl is like hurt. Mm-hmm. So you go to like get her on a chopper and she flies off. You stay with your best friend and then it fast forwards like 3 years or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
And
sounds like I Am Legend.
It kind of is. And then you like roll up on like a gas station and then it's like the tutorial, whatever. And
yeah, and it's like
it doesn't start off like a good story. Like a lot of times with the tutorials and stuff, when you're learning how to play, like Last of Us, you were walking around the house, you didn't really know what was going on.
Yeah.
And then you kept playing, and then it went to the cutscenes. This all just started out with a cutscene, and then you were like playing just in the middle of, you don't even know what the hell is still going on.
Yeah, it's so like they
fucked it up in the beginning.
Yeah. They started it like Last of Us, but they started it like already during the breakout.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was like you knew like his girlfriend was gonna die anyway. Like all the stuff spoiled it, and it was like you couldn't come up with a better concept than that. Like it was kind of just copy and pasted from Last of Us,
but without the intertwine of you starting in it. Like what is going on? It was just, and then it fast forwarded you, so you're like, Yeah,
it was like, oh, it's the same thing, but it's your wife now. You know.
Yeah, basically.
Now I got to ask you because, like, one of the podcasts I was listening to, which is actually one of the things that stopped me from playing it. Andrew, have you gotten to any of the hordes yet, like the giant hordes of zombies or anything like that coming at you?
Yes.
Okay, because the one I was listening to said like you don't really deal with the hordes until like 45, 50 hours in. Like you don't shoot any of them.
See, I think I was just like wandering around and I kind of ran
Okay.
into it, but it wasn't like it wasn't like anything like, oh my God, like this is overwhelming or nothing. It was just I just kind of went the other way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard like you see them a lot, but like they don't really like
Yeah.
that E3 demo. Like you don't get anything like that right off the
Mm-mm.
bat, where it was a ton of them. So that's why I was like, yeah, I'm done. Uh, but I went to Best Buy to actually trade it in, and Best Buy is not trading it in right now. They refuse to give any store credit for it because I guess so
Really?
many people, yeah, they're like, oh yeah, we only like they're like picky on the games. So I mean, I went to GameStop and they actually gave me like $35 for it, which I thought was actually decent for GameStop. So
Yeah, GameStop's actually doing, I don't know if it's a forever thing now, but same cash as credit. That's been going on for like at least 3 weeks now.
yeah, what?
Because the local one by Walmart, I went in there and the guy was like, "You want like you didn't even ask if I wanted credit. He was just like, you just want the cash." Like, yeah, like because they know. Like, I think that's just why. Because even if they give you cash and you don't use that on them, they're still making money on the game because they're giving you
Mm-hmm.
like I traded in Breath of the Wild again because I played through it again. I was kind of two times is enough for me. So I traded it in. I got like $30 for it still. So
Really?
yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
Nintendo games hold their value, man.
yeah,
So,
That's
dude,
crazy.
it's insane. And he was like, "You just want the cash?" I was like, "Yeah, that's fine." And he gave me $30. I walked
yeah.
out. But
The-
they're gonna resell that. That still sells used for $54.99. So
That
they're
is
making $24.
ridiculous.
I got to give a shout out to Nintendo because, like, you remind me of the Breath of the Wild thing. Because, like, they put out that VR thing for the VR cardboard,
Mm-hmm.
and like you play it in VR. You can actually use that and play it through your PlayStation VR because you can actually put it on there, dock your Switch, and then run it through the PlayStation VR and use that headset to play it in VR, which I think is pretty like awesome of them to,
Yeah.
kind of still allow that to work. Oh,
I'm
but
still playing Strike Force.
oh,
Of
you
course
are
you
still
are.
playing? Have you gotten anybody new this week?
Yeah.
He's got a couple people.
I'll actually pull it up and I'll read them to you because it's actually a pretty long list now. I've acquired a lot of people.
Jesus Christ.
I think the biggest one that I had acquired I actually got them today. You get them from completing daily challenges. You get shards for them.
Don't tell me you got Wolverine.
I did. I got Wolverine today. So I have Spider-Man, Wolverine, Elektra, Crossbones, Punisher, Ant-Man, the Shield Medic, Mordo, who's the bad guy from Doctor Strange, Venom, Bullseye, Luke Cage, the Hand Assassin, the Hand Sentry, Ravager Boomer, the Operative, the Bruiser, Ms. Marvel, Hand Archer,
I like Miss Handy. That's the one.
Captain America, Ant-Man, I already said Ant-Man, the Wasp,
Captain
uh,
Ant-Man.
Vision, and Scarlet Witch.
You know Miles Morales Spider-Man?
Nah, I didn't buy any of the Spider Orbs.
I didn't even.
The Spider-Verse Orbs.
Have either one of you guys tried playing the game I was talking about earlier this week, the Frag Pro Shooter on mobile?
I have not, just because I've been addicted to
Yeah.
Marvel Strike Force.
No, I got to shout out, like, its first-person shooter mechanics on the phone
Yeah.
are, like, awesome. And it's like kind of like Splatoon a little bit, but it's like a Clash Royale where you got to capture each other's bases, but it's all done, like, as first-person shooters as those characters. And it's a lot of fun because, like, they mix up their characters. I'm enjoying it a lot. But
Cool. I was forced to download PUBG Mobile by a couple friends, and I played a couple games of that.
How is that?
I couldn't believe it like how it runs on the phone. It's straight up like PUBG. Obviously, it's a little dip in quality, But it was pretty fun. I haven't really played it that much because I don't like to play those kinds of games like without like playing with my friends or anybody. But
Yeah,
it actually surprised me.
nice.
So I know it's a little old, but PUBG Mobile is pretty cool.
They're making
So,
a comeback. They're going to retake the throne from Fortnite.
uh, well, speaking of Fortnite,
Oh God.
I got to use Cap Shield. Oh.
they had another in-game event happen the other day.
Bye Tilted.
Tilted Towers and Retail Row got blown up by the volcano. So they are no longer on the map as they get ready for the new season. I think 2 weeks. So the map's definitely changing, which is good. They need that. But that's why Fortnite's continuously on top. They just keep adding new things, keeping it fresh. That's where Apex is failing in doing. So Fortnite continues to make changes. I mean, getting rid of Tilted Towers is a big change. Tilted Towers was one of the most, if not the most, dropped at location, especially tournaments and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I don't even play it, and I know Tilted Towers because like that
Yeah.
is synonymous with it. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, but I know the developers actually hated Tilted Towers, so they've been planning this for a while, and they like all the other towns that kind of got hit with the volcanic rock got one and it blew it up. Tilted Towers got hit with 6, so they didn't go nice on Tilted.
Nice.
It didn't deserve. It did not deserve it.
Sean, have you been playing anything else different this week?
I've just been engulfed in MLB.
Nice.
Which Andrew doesn't want to play anymore because he's too busy with his goddamn Mobile Strike Force.
Hey,
how much have you dropped in that game?
It's
probably better not to say.
I actually haven't bought anything.
Oh, no, you didn't purchase any of those thousands of characters, even though you played for 2 weeks.
No, the only characters I bought were Venom and the Avengers. It was a good deal, man. Cap is a beast.
Cap sucks.
Cap's one of the best in the game. So
Cap's a wuss.
Though you can't get Iron Man.
R.I.P. Yeah, I don't think you can anymore. Anywhere. Speaking of which,
I have, since you guys haven't played anything new, I went back and I started playing that Power Rangers fighting game that came out like last month. That was done actually by the guys of Marvel vs. Capcom, and they just did a free update where they added story mode to it and like a couple new DLC characters for free. And the quality of that game bumped up. Like if you're like an old school Power Rangers fan, I can definitely recommend picking it up. Like the story's actually pretty cool now. They got some of the original voice actors from the shows to do lines like as you're in the fight now.
That's dope.
And it's a $20 game.
David
like,
Frank.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's in it. Like he is full blown. They put him in there like 4 different times as like different characters.
Oh, I bet. Well, he was like 5 or 6 different Rangers.
Yeah. And they said there's more updates coming. I'm hoping we get like Rita Repulsa or something like that to fight with. But,
that'd be cool.
We got like Goldar right now, and like I don't think
original Goldar or new bullshit Goldar?
Original Goldar.
Oh, cool.
Like it's all the original. Like they've only have a couple original Rangers. Like they got the Red Ranger, Green Ranger. They put Yellow Ranger Trini in like this giant mech suit for some reason. I don't know why, but she's in there, and Kimberly's in there too.
I just want a Boy Meets World game.
Oh, the Blue Ranger too. They got like all the originals, but it's pretty cool. Like your specials in that, like for like you play the Green Ranger, he'll call in the Dragon Zord to like shoot missiles at people and stuff like that. He'll play his little harmonica or whatever the hell it is.
The harmonica.
Yeah. And then with the trade-in, I picked up Final Fantasy 12 remastered for Xbox One X.
Nice.
Yeah, and that game is still pretty good by today's standards. Like the combat system's a little like older, but the story's actually pretty good. I'm enjoying it, but I'm only like 2 hours in so far.
That's what I played. It's on Game Pass now. Monster Hunter World. I was playing that
You
again.
finally played it. I gotta do some co-op on that.
I was playing that a little bit. What else did I download from Game Pass?
Another one. Yeah, what the hell was it?
The heck, I was just. I'm gonna turn on my Xbox real quick because I.
Well, speaking of Xbox and Game Pass, they just put out a patch for Splinter Cell Conviction for was it Xbox 360 or whatever. And I want to jump in on that because apparently they gave it the X update and it's 9 times the resolution that it was before.
Dude, Conviction, a lot of people hated on. I liked it.
I'm trying to think of. Speaking of gaming news, 100 Thieves won CWL London today in the Call of Duty Pro League. It was the first ever win. And you guys know 100 Thieves, Nadeshot and Drake own 100 Thieves. So
really?
Pretty big win today. Their first ever win in a major tournament.
Wolfenstein 2. I just installed that because that's on Game Pass now.
I was playing Watch Dogs 2 again.
Okay.
And I started playing Vampire or however you say
Vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah. I played that.
That game's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. I got like halfway into that, and then it started getting a little repetitive.
It's a very weird.
I like it.
I'll say that.
It looks good on X too. Like it is a really nice 4K game.
Though I kind of feel bad biting people sometimes. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, it makes you like kind of really think about your moral choices. Like it's like you really want to do that to this guy? He's got a wife and kids, and it's like I just want to bite people and like fight things. Like really?
Like there's one you're like down underneath underneath like there's like this sewer and there's like a nurse down there. And like she's the only one that you can bite, and you're like very like weak, and it's like, oh, but she's saving all these people, and you're just like, well, I gotta fucking kill her. Like
it's me or them, yeah. No, I definitely agree. It was definitely weird. I went back and I played a little bit more of World War Z, Sean, by myself, but I didn't even do the level. I'm like, dude, you can beat it by yourself, but the co-op makes it so much faster. Like. Streamlined.
It's something I'm never gonna play.
Honestly, play it over.
Yeah, no, it's
on.
No, it's not that I wouldn't play it. I know I'm never. If I bought it, I would never. There's no way that I would ever have the time to play it.
It's definitely a good like co-op game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
it's one I wanted out of Days Gone. Like I wanted to shoot the hordes. I wanted like. That crazy gun action, riding around the motorcycle, blowing stuff off. I didn't want to. In Days Gone, I didn't want to think about like, again, moral choices. Do I save this camp or this camp? Like, just give me a motorcycle and a shotgun. That's all I want.
That's all we thought it was. But no, World War Z, definitely a really fun game. Especially when we played 4-player co-op, me, Jim, my brother, and his friend, and we were wrecking hordes, man.
And those weird randos we would get like 7 kills, and then
they were terrible.
Now, my question is, and I assume we'll get confirmation on it probably E3 week. There's the rumor that they're releasing an upgraded Switch for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
What are your guys' thoughts?
I just got mine 2 years ago or last year, so.
Yeah.
I ain't trading in.
I think we're going to get a cheaper Switch that's going to be like the same, but like they'll have some features removed from it. Like I think they may take like off the like IR sensor off of like one of the Joy-Cons, that weird one, that infrared thing.
Mm-hmm. Which I don't even know what that's for.
It's like it's used in like their VR Labo stuff.
Yeah, I'll never play that.
I think they're just going to have one where it's like maybe they're just straight attached to the console. Like they don't come off. Like it's just a straight portable thing. They were talking about like some of the things they could take out and like save some money. Like that's the thing too, is like if they don't package it with a dock, like the dock they sell for $90. And like I know it doesn't cost them $90 to make it, but like you could probably save $50 off of the price tag of the Switch by just not including the dock. and then like Joy-Cons are $90 for a pair, like, incorporate them into it and, save some more money right there too.
The only way I would trade in my Switch for an upgraded one is if they released an upgraded one that was like a Pokemon edition for the new game coming out.
Yeah. I mean, I would definitely trade in for something more powerful.
Yeah, like if it was more powerful and it was like a Pokemon edition, I would do it.
Yeah. I think if anything, they may come with like updated Joy-Cons is my bet. Like I would like to see something like Pro version Joy-Cons, like maybe a little bit bigger but more comfortable to game with longer. What about you, Sean?
I am sticking with my Switch, but if they come out with a new one, that'll definitely be interesting. I wonder, if it comes out cheaper, how much cheaper do you think it would come out?
I'm thinking they can probably knock off about $100 off of it. I mean, it's like what, 300? So? Yeah, I think if they can get it down to 200 or something like that, maybe make the screen a little bit smaller or something like that. Or, I mean, when they buy the parts, like the LCD screens that they bought then, there may be cheaper versions out now that may be actually better. So they could, I can definitely see a screen upgrade some way, maybe a little bit more colorful or something like that too.
No, I agree.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you think they would come out with do you think it would be like, like the Wii and the Wii U, like how there's like separate games?
No, I think it'll still be all Switch. I think it'll be
I would hope so.
If they release a cheaper version, it'll be because they want to get more kids and stuff in for Pokemon and stuff like that.
Exactly.
That'll be the reasoning behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's going to be something too where it's like, hey, you've already got like a Switch. Like, it'll still work with the docks and stuff like that, but maybe it's just like, this one doesn't come with the dock. It's like the one you give your kid instead, of dad's,
I'll tell you what, mine's barely ever on the dock.
Yeah.
That's why I keep mine on the dock. But
I've been playing mine a lot this week too. I've been playing Mortal Kombat 11 on it.
Mm-hmm.
And like I definitely see the Switch needs a little bit more power. But it's crazy, like, just how well Nintendo programs their game for it. Like, I played Mario Kart, and, like, it ran beautifully. 1080p, 60 frames a second. Then I played Mortal Kombat, and it's, like, barely hitting 720p on there. And it's jaggy.
Yeah, I mean, even seeing, like, Mortal Kombat coming out for the Switch, I didn't expect it to, like, run well.
It does run really well, though. Like, I'll give it full part.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to look like how Mario Kart looks. It's not going to look like how Mario Party looks. Like, you know what I mean?
But like, I kind of did expect it, like at least on the docked, to be closer to like the Xbox One, like maybe 900p. Not quite the same level of detail, but I thought they were at least pretty close in like horsepower.
Mm-hmm.
That it would be a little bit nicer, but. I mean, I still really enjoyed the game. Like, I've had no problems with crashing or anything like that. I can still tell everything. The scenes and everything look great. I just want to get that patch they just released for Xbox and PS4 to the Switch. It's apparently coming like this week.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still having issues with their towers.
Yeah, see, so when she said Dracarys,
You go back there.
That was her. She was hoping the dragon came.
I don't think so. I think she was just kind of saying like, "That's my queen."
Tweeting about because it was like the dragon after hearing Melisandre's plea and after he sprung into action. It's a picture of Squidward with his eyes shut in both images. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's what it was. She was hoping the dragon came. I was hoping the dragon came.
I got to watch the after episode like scene thing. Like, how the guys talk about it. Maybe they talk about it.
What? So, let's going back to that real quick. I didn't think her head was going to get cut off. I thought they were just going to slit her fucking throat. I didn't realize her head was going to get...
I thought they were just going to yeet her.
Yeah, so when she grabbed her, when Cersei grabbed her,
yeah.
I was like, oh, she's just going to go, yeah, yeet. Never go off. Which, I'll tell you what, if Cersei did that and screamed "Ya yeet" as she did it, I would have fucking died. I would have been like, oh, well.
Ya yeet.
I love the memes. I'm going through them all right now. They're so good.
There's so many.
Every time Bran talks, I want to punch him in the mouth.
Oh, my God.
I don't really want any more. Shut up. We get it. You're the three-eyed raven.
I'm sending you guys a great meme that I am
There's one with
crying.
Lana Tarth, and it says women accused of sending 65,000 texts to a man after first date charged with stalking. Picture of Brienne.
That's good.
She was an ugly
how
crier.
about Ghost just gets fucking yeeted to the side, like, oh fuck you.
I know. He's gonna go live with you now.
Like I said, I have a feeling that is not the last time we're going to see any of them.
Yeah, I think they're recuperating, and it's going to be.
Tormund's coming back with the wildlings for the fight. It's gonna happen.
I hear you, boy.
What if Tormund becomes the next Night King?
What? Stop.
I first had giants milk out the breast, and now I have.
His battle cry is just, "Where's the big woman ahead?"
I'm here for the big woman. And like Jamie just straight up like left her. So I feel like Tormund's gonna come back and be like, "Yo, you belong with me, bitch."
With the cat in the hat.
Yeah, that's good.
Danny might be the worst offensive coordinator Westeros has ever seen. She
Yeah,
really
dude.
can't deploy these dragons, and Cersei looks like Belichick with these anti-dragon defense systems in place.
It's basically like Daenerys is the Rams, and Cersei's the Patriots.
I'm on the Danny must die train now.
Yeah, she's gotta die, dude. She's evil. She's becoming evil. Do you guys want to talk a little Avengers?
A little what?
Avengers. Avengers.
Yeah, let me just put in my title that we're talking Avengers in case anyone comes in here.
Spoilers, chat.
So, anybody still listening on the podcast, turn it off now if you do not want to know Avengers End Game spoilers.
Oh, we're ending the podcast here with the.
Well, no, I'm gonna keep the podcast going, but I'm just giving them a chance to.
Okay.
Listening,
Get out while they can.
Yeah. But before you get out, our sponsor today is Jim's Repair Service in South Jersey. I'll link his description below. And that is all. You guys are free to go. But we're going to still be here talking.
9, 8, 7,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
5, 4, 3, 2.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Avengers End Game was the shit.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was
really
all right. Cool. That was good. That's good.
I know you had you didn't like absolutely love it, Jim.
I really, really liked it. I just more I'm thinking about it, I got some beefs with the storyline, which I'm probably going to do the same with like Game of Thrones after it's all done. But yeah, just like some of the plots points rubbed me the wrong way, but I did really enjoy the movie. So.
Yeah, I thought it was I thought it was probably the best ending you could have gotten for the saga, man. I mean,
Iron Man.
Yes.
Yeah, once we saw them making it into Iron Man's glove, his hand, I knew it was coming. But all right, I know they've got the technology to do it, but like the whole thing with like them making the gauntlet before was with Peter Dinklage's character, with the forge and everything, and that was the only thing powerful enough to contain it. I felt that was like kind of weird that they're like, oh yeah, we can make one anytime here on Earth too. Like, Tony Stark's smart enough for it.
But not just anyone can make it. I mean, Tony's different.
That's true.
I don't know.
But I didn't.
Tony figured out how to time travel.
Tony figured out nanotechnology.
Yes, which brings me to my other problem. Thanos just blows right through that time thing without a suit, without Pym particles, without anything.
He did have Pym particles.
We had one little thing, but she also needed that to get back to the present, didn't she?
But he also has the technology that no one else has on his ship.
He didn't care about getting back to the present. His whole thing was getting the stones and then re-snapping to make the universe basically start over. He didn't care about past or present. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
It was on a one-way trip.
but that was the thing was too is just like because I mean he went through was that because they're the nanoverse to get there, so it was like he didn't use a suit or anything like that. He didn't. He used the same time machine to come through that everybody else, all the other Avengers used to go into the past. So that was just my problem with him coming to the future. It was, I mean, he could have done all that, but like made more Pym particles, I guess, made some way for them to travel. But the parts that didn't line up with me was like, to me, it was just like she opens up that portal at like the exact same time that she left, and then he just comes through with his whole ship.
Mm-hmm.
So
No, yeah, that part was him coming through with the entire ship, and I guess his whole fucking armada. Sorry for cursing. His
yeah,
whole armada, like just out of nowhere, his whole forces are there. I don't know. That was a little like weird for me too, but I mean, I just kind of just rolled with it. I was like,
yeah. No, and that's the thing is like I was fine with that, but it was just like when they go the Hulk describes the future as he's like Back to the Future is bullshit. Like, so we're not following those time traveling principles and stuff like that. And I did get hung up on some of that because I was just like, wait a second, he never goes back to the past. How does that happen? But I'm like, all right. Andrew pointed out that the Hulk is.
I think that's part of the reason, or part of the story going forward is how or learning more about it. That's going to be part of the next phase. That's why I think like the alternate universes like Dark Avengers are a possibility going forward.
Mm,
Because I feel like that's going to be your main thing is the time travel alternate dimensions. Because regardless, there's an alternate universe now, or one of the lines had to split because Captain America stayed back, so that fucked everything up.
yeah. Yeah, because I mean that didn't make much sense to me too, because it was like, oh, you can't really affect.
And how are you going to give the Soul Stone back?
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know. And you got to think if Cap went back to retrieve to put the Soul Stone back, he ran into Red Skull.
Mm-hmm.
Had that go,
true.
you don't see it.
That is, I didn't even think about that one.
He Thor hammered him. He needed the hammer.
Yeah. He was like, Captain America. He was like, no.
No, he's like Steve Rogers.
No, that's the other guy.
Now,
Kev does the good impersonation.
like, yeah, I really enjoyed the movie, but like, I think like Infinity War set the bar so high because they killed off half of the characters, and I think that like the Russo brothers like had a great idea. Like, we're gonna do that. We're gonna leave everybody, in the audience stunned. But then I don't think they really had a great plan on like what to do after. They're like, oh shit, like what do we do now? We still have, another Spider-Man movie coming out. We've got all these, what are we gonna do to bring them back? And I think that like I think the movie actually would have been better if they didn't kill Thanos off right in the beginning. I think if they would have decided, okay, he still has those stones now, but maybe we can go in the past and use the time travel thing like that and then put the stones back and then fight him again, now
That's what
maybe.
I thought was going to happen.
Yeah. So I thought that was going to happen. I thought, yeah, it would be more of a battle in the past or something like that to change the future. Because like I just find it funny too. It was just like, oh, like Hawkeye paid his wife cell phone bill for 5 years because she calls him, the second she gets back, and he's like, oh yeah, she's back. Like, no, you're gonna get a call from an unknown number, and you're gonna be like, who the hell's calling me right now?
And have the
I love how they got hung up on that, dude. I was dying when you sent that. No, I mean like small problems with the story aside. No, I mean I did think Infinity War was better. Like just like you said, just because it set the bar so high and it did so many like really cool things. I mean, when I saw Infinity War, my jaw was to the floor.
Yeah.
But Endgame, man, like I honestly, I feel like I couldn't have asked for a better ending. One thing that really pissed me off was the Fat Thor joke that just kept going, and I thought it was funny for a second, and then past the whole scene in the hut, I was like, this is stupid. You build Thor's character up throughout all these movies. You give him, he failed. He didn't kill Thanos. He didn't go for the head. All that he does that whole thing. He's pissed off because he could have saved so many people, but he didn't. So then you just you have an arc. You could have finished it. You could have ended it in a really good way. You could have did so many things with it, but then instead you make him fat and make him the like comedic relief for the
Yeah.
whole movie. It didn't feel right. They did a fantastic job with Tony Stark and his
Mhm.
arc with like how he's dealing with PTSD and all this stuff. Like you can if just going back and watching. I've gone back and watched a couple of the movies. You can just see like it's leading to him becoming the sacrificial snap.
Mhm.
But Thor, I mean, I felt like you saw something
Well,
coming, and
see,
then they just
I think that's because they're using him in the Guardians. I don't think he's gonna have his own movies anymore.
yeah. But it just
Mhm.
I don't know. I thought it was funny at first, but I was just like, this is just like really stupid. I
I
don't know.
like I thought it was funny though that he was fat but still had a six pack on the outside of his sweater.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, and that was the thing too. Is like I was talking to Vinny like today about it because he finally saw it.
yeah. Him and Dave.
And he was just like, I don't think I want to rewatch that movie like anytime soon. And because I mean, like you said, like the first 2 hours were like a lot of story, but like I mean, that last hour was great with all the action and everything like that. And like I was thinking the same thing because I was like, I don't want to sit down through all that story because it's like I know what's going to happen, but like I guess like just the big explosions at the end didn't make up for those 2 hours in my mind of like sitting through fat Thor jokes and stuff like that.
Well, it was funny on Saturday Night Live last night. They did a Family Feud. It was Game of Thrones versus the Avengers, and they were all introducing themselves. And he was like, "All right, Oprah," and it's oh, what's that girl's name from Black Panther? Like Okoye or whatever.
Oh, okay, yeah, I don't
So
remember any.
he's like, "Oh, yo, Oprah," and she's like trying to say his name. He's like, "All right, let's not be like all your other movies. 45 minutes of character introductions." This is true. That's the first hour or so of Endgame was that, but
Mhm.
um, uh, Endgame was really good. I've seen it 3 times, so
I'm only on two.
I mean, it just passed. The only movie that it hasn't topped yet in its first and in its run is Avatar, and it's only 600,000 or 600 million behind Avatar right now,
It'll probably pass it.
and that's within its first 2 weeks. If you look at any of the movie theaters, they're all still sold out. I was looking on my way to the Sixers game today. I was like, I'm just curious, and literally every theater still, for the most part, sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is. I mean, that's a
Which is
testament. That's
crazy
pretty good.
for already
Damn cool, man.
Um,
past 2 billion today.
do you think Thor is still going to be fat in the new Guardians of the Galaxy?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I hope they fix it. But I mean, if they throw Thor in the Guardians of the Galaxy, that's only because Hemsworth wanted them to. I mean, he said how he was sick of
Well,
Thor.
he just signed on for 5 more movies, so
Yeah, I know he said he was sick of Thor like before Ragnarok, and that he was ready to be done with it. And then they went the comedic route with Ragnarok.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess that's gonna change Thor, and Thor's just gonna be the funny guy from now on. Which I mean, that's cool, but I don't know. It's just really kind of like it didn't. Like I said, I love the movie, but it really like pissed me off.
Yeah, well, like the thing is too that they could have done because I mean they did the whole time travel thing. They could have incorporated the time travel into it as like maybe Captain America just stays in the past, and like maybe Tony Stark just stays in his timeline with his daughter.
Hmm.
Or maybe they do something else where somebody else takes up the mantle of Iron Man. That way, like I mean, you don't have to
well, the
kill
rumor
him
is
off.
War Machine's going to.
Yeah,
He already is basically Iron Man.
Well, yeah, but that's the rumors. He's gonna be Iron, like not War Machine or Iron Patriot.
It could be Harley. I forget his name. Harley Keener. Could be Harley Keener, who you see in the end of
Mhm.
Endgame at Tony's funeral.
But I don't know that they do that. I
Could
don't
be.
know that they do both of them, or any of them, because Iron Man is Tony Stark. Like, especially in this movie universe, like
mhm.
Robert Downey Jr. That's Iron Man. But I don't know. I mean, Cap got passed to Falcon.
Falcon, which was a shock. I thought it was going to go to Bucky, but I mean,
Honestly, I was hoping it was Bucky, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
Falcon's been Cap before in the comics, so I'm a fan of it. I like Falcon. I think Anthony Mackie does a good job with him.
Anthony Mackie's that dude.
So I think that'll be good going forward. I'm excited to see, the rumored Eternals movie coming.
It's going to take place like thousands of years before any of the Marvel movies.
And I'm excited to see who the next big villain is. Who's the next big bad?
Doctor Doom, baby.
I'm kind of hoping it is Doctor Doom. But
I mean, it's probably going to be a cosmic force like Thanos, honestly. I mean, there's a ton of them. There's so many.
Galactus is the other big one because there's going to be a solo Silver Surfer movie. So that would make sense because,
It could also be Dormammu.
Yes.
I heard something that it actually really could be Dormammu, so we'll see.
That would be cool.
It would be.
I would be down with that.
And I feel like if they're going to keep doing these movies for a really long time, you can't go Galactus the second time around. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Galactus is like one of the biggest bads.
Well, you also the reason why it's probably not going to be Galactus or Doctor Doom is it's going to take a while to get Fantastic Four and X-Men and whoever into the universe and people to okay, you can't just be like, all right, here's Doctor Doom, but we didn't introduce the Fantastic Four yet.
Well, obviously, there's going to be a Fantastic Four movie coming out within the next, I want to say 3 years.
Probably like 3-4 years down the road. Well, I guess we'll find out soon. They said sometime after Spider-Man, they're going to announce the next 5 years of movies.
Which is the official end.
Yeah.
Which is weird. How is Spider-Man going to be the official end?
Well, that's what I was saying I don't know if I was saying to Jimmy or you. That's why I think Spider-Man's going to be a lot of tie-ups to what's going on. And I said about the high school, how did they end up back in high school? It's 5 years down the road. They should be in college.
Yeah.
But maybe their whole class disappeared or whatever. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, I heard several things saying that some of the kids who didn't get snapped away graduated and moved on, and now the kids that are still there, they're just going to finish school with them. I mean, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, I was just saying the first Spider-Man did a good job of incorporating itself into the whole Avengers universe. How the Vulture's character, used the technology that the aliens brought down, and that's how they weaved it in. So I think that'll be a good thing if they can weave in what is going on with the people as all of these
And they're building a Sinister Six, so that works.
I hope they do become a little bit more grounded with their villains. Like they don't do more Cosmos things right now, right off the bat. I hope they do maybe, like how Spider-Man, how the villains, are going to pop up because they're introduced to this new technology and stuff like that from the outside world. And maybe
I think it's going to be more cosmic because now you have Captain Marvel. And,
although she did nothing in the whole movie
and stuff, but
yeah, right. I feel like there's going to be two different maybe sets of Marvel movies. It's going to be the Cosmic Universe and the Earth. I think is it Earth 616 or Earth 199999 something? I don't know. I don't know the name of the universe, but I think it's just going to be a separate Earth and Cosmic as it has been with Guardians of the Galaxy and all that.
Yeah, I could see that.
Which would be cool.
Yeah.
And Black Widow. We can't say without Black Widow. R.I.P. Black Widow.
Yeah. But Scarlett Johansson's going to be directing and producing. Or not directing, I'm sorry. She's going to be producing and acting, obviously, in that movie. But I think it's rumored to be a prequel. So, But yeah, R.I.P. Black Widow. Rumored to be.
For now.
I mean, you never know. If they do something crazy in Spider-Man, bring her back. We'll see.
I mean, I have.
But he's I need to see Scarlett Jo's knockers before I die.
I know. I think that every time before I go to bed.
Mysterio's
just
so stupid.
I like honestly have like zero interest in seeing that though. Like I don't
In
know why.
Spider-Man or the
No,
or
no, Black Widow
okay.
movie. Like
Oh, I thought you were saying Spider-Man. I was like, bruh,
no, no, no,
I'm
no.
going to see
No,
that.
if Mysterio is going to make a giant
Tickets
Scarlett
on sale tomorrow,
Johansson,
by the
like
way.
I'm all for it. But
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Tickets on
but
sale 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Black Widow,
Lego.
Black Widow movie. Now that she's gone, I'm out. Like it's just I don't know. I don't know what investment I can have into it because like I kind of like I really liked Captain Marvel. Like I really liked that movie, and I thought it was going to really tie into Endgame well. But like the fact that they didn't use her like at all, like now I'm kind of pissed off because it's like you built all of this up for her, and she just shows up and like blows up a ship. She doesn't even use the gauntlet. You know.
Well, because I was saying to my dad, it's the Civil War theory. You couldn't have Hulk and Thor in Civil War because they're
They're
too
too
powerful.
OP. Yeah.
Like if you had Captain Marvel that whole movie, it wouldn't even be a movie because
True.
Captain Marvel would have won eventually versus Thanos. Like she was gonna get the gauntlet from him until he did the sneaky grab the stone and punch her. Like eventually she would have won. Like
Yeah.
she's stronger than Thanos is, so it's like that theory. Like all right, we have to like we have to like you know show her a little bit. Like that's my guess is how they introduce the Eternals is going to be through her.
Could be. We have X-Men too, rebooting that because
Yeah.
the only one they're keeping around is Deadpool. They're just keeping his universe, which doesn't
See, I
matter
don't
to
know
me.
that they are because or I don't know that they're gonna have him. Well, I guess they have to have him in his own universe because there's no way he's ever gonna come in the MCU and
Oh yeah,
Oh,
he's gonna be.
how great! I hope he does.
Yeah,
they can't.
Why?
Because how is he going to be able to do the same stuff that he does now in the MCU? There's no way. It's owned by Disney, Disney's kids. There's no way.
Like I mean, Disney. I feel like Disney can evolve, and
Disney's done R-rated movies.
they have
Disney,
done R-rated movie. I mean, look at what they did with. I mean, it wasn't an R-rated movie, but look at what they did with Rogue One. I
yeah,
mean, they did that movie expecting Disney not to allow them to kill off every character, so they had to write the story a different way. And Disney was like, "Nah, you know what? Yeah, we like that. Kill everyone off." And then they're like, "Okay." So then that's how they ended that movie. I feel like
So hold
Disney's
on.
open to that kind of stuff.
You think Disney's open to having a scene where Deadpool and his girlfriend fuck the entire year and he gets plowed in the ass on International Women's Day? You think Disney's going to show that?
If
yeah,
it's rated R,
yeah.
I
I
mean,
think I think
yeah,
He's gonna do it with a Mickey Mouse hat on.
exactly. I really
I
hope they do.
It'll
If
be
they don't,
Mickey. It'll be Mickey railing them.
if they
I could see him showing up in like a like an Avengers like movie where they have all the heroes, but like maybe not having a big part, like not giving him that R-rated mature, lines and
Well,
stuff like that.
the rumor is part of the reason they bought everything again, and they're doing the Disney streaming service. It's not going to be separate universes anymore. It's all going to be tied together. Like your TV shows on the Disney service are going to tie into the movies.
Yeah.
So because that's how you get people to watch. Like, do you really think all these people would have went and saw like Ant-Man originally? Like people weren't hyped for Ant-Man, but you had to go see it because it's part of the universe. You have to watch it.
And
just like you'll have
Deadpool,
to watch Deadpool.
yeah, like Deadpool though, they just change his universes. They could just do it. He already breaks,
No,
that wall. So
they did release a PG-13 version of Deadpool. So
true. But if you guys don't have anything to add, I gotta stop this podcast pretty soon because we are going long.
Yeah, we
I mean
definitely did.
that's about it. Just to wrap it up, Black Widow, Iron Man dead, Captain America retired.
Andrew's virginity still in check.
Yes, that'll never go. He's so pure. Look at him. He's
So pure.
delicate flower.
Brienne lost her virginity.
Yeah, she did today.
Were you jealous?
I was. I wasn't jealous of Brienne. I don't find her attractive. I'm not into big women, but
Jamie Lannister now.
It's the big woman here.
My man Tormund.
Sansa, you can hit me up if you want.
Oof.
Yo, was Sansa going for the Hound there at the end? Like, is she?
I think so, right?
Even
was like-
Daenerys or even even Cersei could hit me up.
You're more of a Euron Greyjoy guy. I can tell.
You're a Yara. Yeah, you're going for a Yara here.
Yeah, Euron's gonna come up, put his hand on your belly,
Well,
Andrew,
Yara's
and
a
go, "I'm
lesbian,
gonna give
so-
you a son.
I'll put a bit of prince in your belly.
I'm gonna put a prince in you."
You're like, is that keto?
Wow.
We love you, Andrew. Nobody else in the chat. All right. Well, I'm gonna end us here. We'll do some post-credit stuff, and yeah, goodbye, guys.